Yeah, whenever you're ready, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a Whispering Hope Weather Update. And here to give you all the brief, all the information you need to know is none other than your meteorologist, Mr. Lenard Josiah. Mr. Josiah, how are you this evening?
Oh, not bad at all. I hope you had a great day. Some places of our Twin Island state, they got a type of drenching this afternoon. What we call convective clouds. They formed over specific areas and they gave some nice little drenching for some specific areas. I hope you got some down at Jennings, but for me here in Old Road, it was just baking warm. We had a lot of sunshine and no rainfall at all. Can you
Well,
imagine?
we got today at Jennings, and we also got where office is. It rained not heavily but steadily for close
Steadily.
to an hour or so.
Yeah.
Slowed persons returning from lunch or those who went out. So
Yes,
yes, it
yes, yeah,
was. But at the moment, I'm feeling real heat, even though
yes. There's the
yeah,
humidity that you're feeling, and you're actually feeling
yes,
the humidity because you don't have the winds that are drying you out and pushing you to have those your perspiration evaporate off of you. So you're feeling just the humidity factor right there. So
right.
and so that's normal because of the type of moisture that's in the atmosphere. Well, this is normally a September type occurrence, so it's nothing outside of the extraordinary. It's just that we're having these periods a little longer because of the winds are just so light. So going on into tomorrow, we are likely to see another one of those episodes again. So these are those that particular area that got the drenching, can come in for a little bit more rainfall. I hope that
Yes,
is
and I see there's a
right.
resurrection, and I see there's a resurrection in the Atlantic.
That's right.
Lazarus,
That's right.
but
That's right.
unfortunately, it's a feminine.
That's right. So we have
Glenda.
tropical storm Paulette. She has been resurrected from the dead. Can you imagine that? And it's likely to move on towards the. I think move on towards the east. We have Hurricane Teddy right there. Continues to create a very large expanse of wind and some pushing some swells into the area. These two particular features are not necessarily going to do anything to us at all. They're just academic interests out there. This is Teddy right here. This is Teddy right here. This is
Heading to
Paulette
Nova Scotia.
oh yeah, heading up. And we have Beta. Beta that just moved, just about moving on land of the Texan area. There is this area here, what we call a tropical disturbance. It's not forecast to do too much in the way of development, but it's forecast to meander to go towards the just towards the let's say just to the west of the Floridan tip. There's just about a 10% chance of it doing anything at all. So it's not forecast to do too much in the way of development. And for those individuals who are just wondering what's in store for Teddy and also for Paulette, let me just take you down there so we could see exactly where tropical storm Paulette is likely to go. Tropical storm Paulette is expected to do some sort of loop-to-loop here in the region of just very close to the northern African continent. So, but it's going to remain out to sea. It's forecast to do a little bit of weakening during the next couple of hours and become a tropical depression. Well, Tropical Storm Teddy, he is forecast to head out to, just as what you said, my brother, head out to Nova Scotia as first as a hurricane and decreasing. Some watches or warnings in place for those northern areas. So they're not going to be affecting us. We are just sitting so nicely here in Antigua and Barbuda. The tropical Atlantic Ocean east of the island chain continues to be nice in the context of in the context of tropical cyclone activity. There's nothing at all in the main development region. And when we say the main development region, we're looking at this area here, right out to the coast of Africa. There's nothing there at all. And there's nothing in the immediate forecast. Well, normally during the course of the after we have all this amount of activity, as I said yesterday, the atmosphere is going to trend itself to a more stable environment. Right now, it's a little bit on the unstable side with a lot of waves with a tropical cyclone activity, but it will be trending itself more into a stable regime in the next couple of days before into the latter half of this month and into the early parts of next month that we see a little bit more of an enhancement feature returning to us. So for right now, we can rest our hearts to show I'm at ease that we are not likely to see too much in the way of tropical cyclone formation, and if it does develop, then we should bring that to you. Antigua and Barbuda, we are located right here, and as you can see, some very white clouds popped up over us today, indicative of what we call the weak unstable conditions. But this is a very interesting feature right out here. This particular feature is not something that we see this early in September. It's what we call a weak frontal trough. And when we have these frontal boundaries propagating so far into the tropics, it's signaling that the winter type regime is now gradually returning. So we're having fronts coming down here. Now that's rather interesting. So whether or not it will signal an early closure to the hurricane season, we will wait and see. But this particular feature is forecast to move towards the south and be in the vicinity of the United States and the British Virgin Islands, someplace in this region. We are hoping that some of these clouds will come across us during the latter half of this week into early next week to give us some nice drenching rainfall. But for right now, it is likely to stall generally in Puerto Rico and the British Virgin Islands and Anguilla. We are hoping that it will shift a little bit towards the east and bring us some much needed rainfall for us here in Antigua and Barbuda. Well, further afield, we're going to be taking you right out to the coast of Africa. So those of you who want to see, we are not seeing anything at all that is of significance. We are looking at pretty much a very, very quiet Atlantic for right now. We are seeing remnants of Wilfred right here. We are seeing one or two tropical waves. This tropical wave right here, another tropical wave in this vicinity, none of which are showing any signs of development. And we are noticing this whole frontal system here, as I just spoke to you about, trailing Teddy. And for us in the Eastern Caribbean, Antigua and Barbuda, we are located right in this zone right here. There's nothing much to worry us about for right now. We are sitting quite easy. So for the next 24 hours, residents of our Twin Island states and further afield can rest their hearts that the tropics are relatively quiet as we speak. My brother?
Well, I read in the papers today that this season is now upgraded to becoming a record-breaking season, and the experts are saying that they're expecting a minimum or exactly about 28 named storms, which will equal the record of 2005.
Yeah, it might reach there, or it might get a little bit over that, because as we get down into the months of October, we are likely to see a little bit more tropical cyclone activity again. So we are possibly looking at a record-breaking season. We'll wait and see what it has in store for us. But for right now, we are at ease.
If we were talking cricket, there are some cricketers who set some great records, but no results came out of them, and we could kind of, that's why I'm a Viv Richards fan, because his records bring results for the West Indies. So
I hear you.
Because it's a record-making season, and thank to God we haven't had any destruction in Eastern Caribbean or the Windward Islands. So basically, it's good. Though it's a record-making season, it has caused no harm to those who could less be prepared to deal with the impact of a destructive season. So we're thankful that even though the record is there, I didn't want to say it's like 500 runs, in a drawn game.
but as I said, and you will say also, is so far so good. Let's see what October brings. We are not crying wolf at all, but we are very thankful that so far that we have been spared the ravages of these atmospheric hazards.
Absolutely.
But what I'm going to implore the nation of Antigua and Barbuda and those individuals who are listening to us further afield to remain prepared, because the hurricane season is not finished. We remain still in the peak. September is the peak, and we can be looking at a secondary peak in the month of October. So remain prepared and remain on guard, as anything that forms, we can bring you the updates as they come to hand.
Okay, so yes, just want to thank you for the weather update today. Another calm week it's set for us, and we're thankful for it, and we welcome the rain and hope that cold front pushes a little more down, so we really can have a good torrential downpour.
Yes.
So we're looking forward for that, and we're looking for the seas and for the season to continue the way it has been going.
That's right.
God bless you. Take care. Have a great evening.
And same to you, man. Okay, God bless.